Right, okay, so we're going to start off with linear systems, okay? This is recording at the minute for those people that are not here. So just be aware of that. Okay, so we're going to write this down, okay? So our heading is linear systems.
We have some time to glue this in.
Yep, and you can glue in. So the sheet, this is the sheet. Okay, so we've got the unit topics, so this is what we're going to be working through, and then some questions about what linear systems are and why they're important, and the statement of inquiry. Okay, so if that's the sheet that has just been given to you, and we're going to look at these types of questions. Okay, so first off, what is a polynomial, and then different types of equations. Okay. All of this stuff here.
Oh, in the book.
So a lot of this stuff you probably will have done before or covered parts of it before. You got this time?
Yeah.
So who has heard of this word, a polynomial? Yes, Sienna.
Oh, do I say this?
Yes.
Well, it's like an equation with multiple terms.
Right.
Or yeah.
Yeah, that works.
It's like poly is like this.
Poly is many, good. Multiple terms, that's good. Can we elaborate a bit more on that? Yeah, Zavi?
So nomial is like numeric, right? So like many numbers.
Yes, that's true. So it's got many terms, many numbers. Be more specific, okay? If we're talking about polynomials or even equations, what type of things do you get in an equation?
Answers.
Not answers.
I don't get it.
Give me an example of an equation.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is an expression.
Sorry.
No,
No, an
if
expression
it's
doesn't have an equal.
Yeah,
an
you said
expre-
2 plus 2.
equals 4, she says.
She wasn't
No,
there.
I said equals 4.
Can we have an example of a more complex equation?
3.
Zavi.
2 plus 2 divided by 4 equals.
Well, we're missing something. Okay, we're just
3x
dealing. Right.
plus
Okay.
7y equals.
Okay, so you've got 3x plus 7y
Yeah,
equals 10, okay? So that is an example of an equation, okay? Now, what do we call these letters x and y? What's the proper? They're called variables. Right, good. And you said 7x, okay? Does anybody know what the name for the 7 is in front of the x? It's a special word. Guess that name.
Coefficient.
Good, the coefficient. Excellent, nice. It is called the coefficient. And if I just get rid of this box, hopefully, yes, a polynomial is an expression which contains variables, so like x's or y's, and coefficients, so that's the numbers in front of the x's and y's. That involves subtraction, addition, multiplication, and different powers of the variable. So what does that mean, different powers of the variable? Yes, that name.
Exponent with the powers, you know?
Yeah, so give me an example.
Like 4x to the second.
Yeah, 4x to the second, or 4x squared, or 4x cubed, okay? So it's got different powers of the variable. So if I had to write down a polynomial, does somebody want to give me an example then of a polynomial? Yes?
5x plus 2y. Should I use another word?
5x plus, we'll keep it more straightforward, okay? Equals 3. That is an example of a polynomial, okay? Can I get, what about this? Is this a polynomial?
Yes. Because it has different powers of the variable.
Yeah, it's got different powers of the variable. The 2 is the coefficient of what term? X cubed. There, the 2 is the coefficient of x cubed. What's the coefficient of the x in this one?
1.
Good, yeah, because it's 1x. Is there, let's see who's really concentrating, is there an x term in this part?
No.
Is there an x term in this part?
Yes.
No.
There is.
Zero.
It is, if I write it out again, 2x cubed plus x minus 4x. What is it? X to the power of? 0. Good, because what is any number to the power of 0?
0.
No.
1.
1. Any number to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, so just always kind of be aware of that.
I'm confused.
Okay? With Zavi.
Yeah, about the 4x.
So all I'm saying is, even though there's no x term in here, okay, there actually is. Because any number to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so this is 4 times 1, okay, which is just negative.
So every single number?
Yeah. You could think of it like that if you want, yeah. Okay, so these are examples of polynomials.
Why is meant division? Subtraction, addition, multiplication.
Well, you could have division, but division is just the opposite of multiplication, so it's the same thing. You know?
Addition,
Yeah, I know. Doesn't matter.
They're inverse
It's the same,
operations.
yeah, it's inverse operation. Yes, Nick.
Would 1 raised to 0 also be 1? Because if 1 raised to 1 is 1, then how can...
Any number to the power of 0 is 1. Yeah.
I'm confused again. Neil's question.
Because
No, actually,
Never mind, yes.
are these things expressions?
No.
No, they're actually, these are actually
should find those
equations,
plus twos.
okay?
Yeah, 'cause
So,
they're-
but they're still polynomials, okay? So it's expression or equation.
need to highlight that.
Oops, daisy. So, different types of equation. Linear equations. So you should all be well versed in your linear equations. Can somebody give me an example of a linear equation? Sally.
Y equals 3x minus 1.
Okay, what are linear equations? What is the highest power of x?
Damn.
Infinity?
It's gotta be 10.
No.
Okay, so the highest power of x in a linear equation is just x to the power of 1. Okay?
Wait.
Well, in that specific equation.
No, for all linear equations.
How?
Just generally.
For linear.
For linear equations.
How?
Okay.
Why can't it be x2?
Okay, now if it was x to the 2, I'm going to jump down here actually just because Avi's mentioned it. If I've got a squared term, then it becomes a quadratic equation, okay? So the highest power of x in a quadratic is x squared. Where's the music?
Yeah.
It's Tibetan sound. I was freezing just now.
So if your equation has just got x's in it,
This is cool.
it is a linear equation, okay? once you put in a squared term, it becomes a quadratic equation. Oops. Y equals 5x squared. Is that a quadratic?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's got an x squared
Yeah.
term in it. Okay. Is that a quadratic?
Yes.
Minus 2x squared plus 6?
Yes.
Because the highest power of x is x squared. Okay.
Why is it quad? Like, quad means 4, so but I think it's 2. Doesn't make sense. Like a quadrature is 4.
Because quad is like 4, so 4 sides, and squared is square, square is 4 sides.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you think, if I've got a square with x on that side and x on that side, what's the area of that square?
What do you think it's called?
X squared, okay? Which is where you got x squared, okay? Good.
So like if it has an x squared in it and like not a higher exponent, it's just
Always quadratic, okay?
It's the next.
Right. Bella has just made the assertion, is that a proper word? That if it's got a cube term, it is a cubic.
That makes sense.
Okay, now it doesn't matter if it's also got squareds in it, because the highest power of x is a cube, okay? Highest power of x is x cubed. So we've got linear equations, quadratic equations, cubic equations.
quartic.
No, just when it's still.
What do you think a quadratic equation
Yeah.
looks like? Doesn't it look like that?
Quadratic and
Where's the 4?
It will have,
quartic is
will involve x's to the power of,
4.
Yeah. so give me an example of a quartic.
Y equals 5x 4 to the power of 4 plus 3.
Okay, yep, that is a quartic equation.
I just drew the
What do you think a quintic is?
5.
Yeah, the power of 5.
It's pretty simple, like self-explanatory.
Are you getting it down? Thank you. So the first one. That we're going to solve. Now this should be hopefully a bit of review. Yeah. Solve the following equations for x. So I'm going to put up 2 questions. I'll keep it straightforward for now. So the first equation is what type? Linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic?
Linear.
It's linear. What's the second one?
Quadratic.
It's quadratic. Good. Is it, just remind me, is it a happy face or sad face?
This is
Happy
It's
face.
going to be a happy face. It's definitely
because
going to look
the
like that.
coefficient
No,
is
mine-
positive.
Because which coefficient is positive?
The 0. What is that? Oh, the 1.
X squared.
The coefficient in front of the x squared.
Yeah, 1. Yeah,
Yep,
1.
that's a 1. Okay. Good. Right. So let's see if we can solve these. Okay. I'll give you 5 or so minutes. Okay, to have a go at those. Yes, Daphne.
okay. So multiply 6 on both sides. So
Okay. So Daphne wants to multiply both sides by 6. So you're multiplying everything by 6. So somebody else, on the left-hand side, what have I got? Zoe.
X.
X, because we're dividing by 6. When I multiply by 6, it gets rid of it. Right, on the right-hand side, hands up. What have I got? Neil.
24x minus 6.
Right, 4x times 6. 6 4s are 24, so it's 24x minus 6 times 10 is 60. Okay, so I've gotten rid of the fraction, so it's a little bit better. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to get all my x's together. It's not as bad as it looks. People. How can I get all my x's on one side? Yeah, Daphne?
You can like subtract by 24x.
Alright, if I take away 24x from this side, then I have to do it on this side. What's x take away 24x?
Negative 24.
Right, negative 23x, good. And what am I left with on the right hand side then?
60.
Negative 60. Now what? Yeah, this is not going to give us a nice whole number, but that's not a problem. Yes, Sienna?
Divide by negative 23.
Divide by negative 23. So on the left hand side, I'm left with just x. On the right hand side, I've got,
60 over 20.
I'm going to write it just out with the negatives as well. Negative 60 over negative 23. A negative over a negative is a
Positive.
positive. So 60 over 23. And I could leave it like that. That would be absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Wait, done the second one.
If you're doing the second one, just to kind of give you a bit of a help, for this first one, we said that this was a linear equation, yep? So this is x to the power of what here? If it's linear.
It's quadratic.
1.
Second
This-
one is
I'm
so
talking-
much easier.
Oh, one.
This is x to the power of 1, yeah.
Yeah.
How many answers did I get? One answer. This is x to the power of 2, so I'm going to get how many answers do you think?
2.
2 answers.
And I know what they both are.
Thank you.
The second one is so much easier.
All done, Daphne?
Yeah.
You okay, Jojo?
Wait, so wouldn't quadratic be easier than linear?
Well, it depends on the quadratic.
Oh,
It depends on which one it is, but this one
Like, the same thing. Wait, no, that's not.
So some quadratics are really easy to solve, some of them are pretty hard to solve. Some of them you can't solve.
Why?
Impossible.
Well, then are
You're
we
gonna
the
give
easiest ones?
you're gonna
That
give us
means
one
you
over
don't have to
10.
solve them.
Yeah,
But
and I'm
it's
gonna
knowing
spend
that
a
you can't
whole
solve
50 minutes.
Well, it
Guys,
means knowing that I
so
don't have to
Yeah,
solve
there's
them.
You have to find out which
Not that. Not whenever like I can't figure it out.
Bella, do you remember what I
Sit and
I know space math.
All right. Shh. Talk me through. Someone, hands up. Somebody who hasn't contributed today yet. What am I going to do first? Leila.
Okay, so basically, I do it a different way. So I just said x squared equals 100 minus 75. So basically, just subtract 75 from this.
Right, okay, so you subtract 75 from both sides. That's good. And you end up with x squared equals 25. Next, hands up. Somebody who hasn't spoken today.
No.
Jojo.
Then
Good.
x squared.
Yep. Good. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So you're taking the square root of both sides. That leaves us with, on this side, x. What's the square root, hands up, of 25? Brandon?
5.
Okay. Now we said there's going to be 2 answers. What's the other answer? What else is the square root of 25? Brandon?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Good.
Sneaky.
Because negative 5 times negative 5 is positive
On the test, you have
25.
to get both answers.
You have to write both, yeah.
Would you get half credit if you
No.
write one?
It should be pretty easy to find the other one. You just add the next
Thank you,
side.
Bella. Very
But you just don't write it
Okay, good.
For some people, it may be hard to.
So for our next square for quadratic, we have got 2 solutions. What's going on there? How many solutions do you think we get for a cubic?
3.
Yeah, we get 3. Okay, good.
down.
No, we're not.
Oh, yay. We're not doing it.
No.
I don't want. Yeah, can I just put like 5? 4. 5 and 5, 5 and 1, 5 and 5.
All right, have a go at this, please. Have a go at solving that one for me. What type of equation is it? Linear, quadratic, cubic, quintic?
Linear.
Linear, good.
Oh no. 10x. 10x squared.
At this point, when I multiply both sides by 5, what do I get?
2x
and
plus
30.
14. 2x plus 14 equals 10x plus 30.
Then I need to get all my x's together, all my other numbers together.
Thank you.
How many answers will I get? 1. All right, we will go over this one tomorrow, okay? So make sure you get me an answer for tomorrow. And how many answers should there be?
1.
Okay, there should be 1 answer.
It's linear. It's linear.
1 answer because it's linear, okay? All right.